Amazing audience, we are live with George Alphonso. George, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great.
Nice
great
to meet
be
you.
Here. Thank you, very nice to meet you.
Tell me, which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history?
So at this time, I've been doing international law for about 20 plus years.
Right.
I've met Michael Fant, who's heading the Dallas African American Chamber of Commerce. I met him a while back, spoke at some events. He told me about this, and here I am.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So, who did you learn the skill of good networking from?
From other attorneys a long time ago when I was a young baby attorney.
Yeah.
And I learned that you need to make the effort. It's kind of like fishing, right? You go out a lot of times, don't get a nibble, but you get one hooked every now and then, and
it's
you
good.
go from there,
Would you believe that Michael's earliest childhood memory, right, was his father taking him fishing?
Really? Okay. Well, I was just fishing
it's
in...
funny you would say that, yeah?
I was just fishing in Red River, New Mexico. So,
are you serious?
Yeah.
Well,
so
that's good.
It's on
that's
my mind.
good.
It's really fun.
So why will you continue to be that guy then that does that builds networks?
Well, because it's important to use what skills you have in contacts and develop them. One thing I always try and do is if I'm going somewhere for a client, somewhere in the U.S. or overseas, I always try and look at who do I know, who I could also try and say hi to or make contact, reconnect with.
Yeah.
So I've done a lot of that, and I've gotten a decent amount of business off of that because people see you and they go, oh, by the way, this happened, or I got a friend that you don't know, but I'd like to introduce you while you're here. And just being at a location is much more
effective,
than email and business cards. And
there's something beautiful about this.
This
exactly. One-to-one.
Yeah.
It
and
resonates.
You can't fake it, and it's there.
You can't
people
fake
remember it, and you can kind of you get the ability to be flexible and go from drinks to dinner or meet people, whatever. So
that's good. I love that. What's one other thing you've done consistently over the last 3 years?
Consistently, I've expanded my knowledge of international trade. I'm of counsel with Braw Miller Law Group. They're a boutique international trade firm, about 1.5 miles from where we are right now.
Right.
I don't do like NAFTA customs compliance, but they do. But I work with them and their clients in drafting contract terms for their clients vis-a-vis other parties.
That's good.
So in doing that, I've learned a lot more about trade, and was able to help produce 2 NAFTA presentations, one in Juarez a year and a half ago and one in San Diego about a year ago.
Wow.
So I spoke about my subject of contract law and how important it is to have for your client to have counsel on the other side of wherever it is. If we're here, a U.S. client, we work with Mexican counsel because the Mexican law is quite different. So if I'm drafting contract terms to help protect my client, I need to know what can happen in Mexico law, and that's been great to learn.
How does it make you feel to be that person?
It's been fun to do the NAFTA seminars. Were really fun. We were in Juarez for the first one, which was crossing over El Paso Bridge.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, it was very interesting. And then the other one we were in San Diego, which was beautiful in August, and met a lot of good people. And it's a very, what I do, my contract drafting is the wheel and the cog that is required for any business in the U.S. to be successful and safe without incurring a lot of liability.
That's great.
So, it's been fun, and I'm enjoying doing that a lot.
Why would you suggest people do that? Be that person who sets up themselves where it's critical in their business to connect other people?
Well, I think it's really important to try and find businesses and people that don't do exactly what you do, but you're in their equation. So, for instance, no one else at Braw Miller drafts the terms and does draft dispute resolution sections. What happens? We have a client in America and they're doing business with a client in Belgium. If there's a problem, there needs to be a dispute resolution arbitration section in that contract that says if we have a problem, we're going to go to arbitration. We're in the International Chamber of Commerce, usually based out of Paris. If you don't have that dispute resolution section, then 9 times out of 10 you have to go to Belgium to sue.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not, you can have a great claim, but it's expensive. It's a lot of countries, rule of law is not really there like it is here. So, you know, a country, you know, for instance, someone in Mexico, a businessman may not mind coming here to sue my client if my client did something wrong, but going to Mexico to sue is
it's a total different ball.
Right, yeah. Almost to the point of not worth it.
Yeah.
So it's really important to protect the clients and say, hey, this is how it's our roadmap. We've got a dispute. Here's what everyone agrees we're going to do. You know, and we can do some things before anyone files for arbitration to try and get it settled.
How many people have you seen make the error of that exact?
I've seen a lot. And I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of what I say surprisingly large companies.
Yeah.
I had a case a while back. Someone came to me and they didn't want to be in the arbitration clause, and I looked at the clause, and it was about some type of equipment. But the clause that said if there's a dispute, we're going to go to arbitration, mentioned bricks, like you know, just bricks. And so I said, well, someone just cut and pasted this from another totally different contract, and it doesn't count. I mean, we're not talking about bricks. We have nothing to do with this. And it was a big company, a big contract. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
it's like what I looked at and focus on is what I call like the prenuptial part. Like the parties in the boardroom, they're trying to do a contract to get the deal done, start the honeymoon.
Yeah, you're the guy.
And I'm kind of back in going, well, look, there's a divorce, right? But no one wants to talk about that. They want to have the, you know, happy honeymoon and no problems ever.
Yeah, I definitely need to be in touch with you and stay in touch with you. What's the best way to do that? What's the best way to stay connected?
Best way to do it is through my website, worldwidecounsel.net.
Worldwidecounsel.net.
COUNSEL, counsel attorney.
Right.
Or you can also visit me through Braun Miller's website at braunmillerlaw.com, BRAUMILLER.
Right.
Law.com. I'm of counsel, standing of counsel with them. And yeah, I'll be happy to email back or contact you or anyone who's interested.
That's good. I love it. Well, let's switch gears for a moment. Let me now invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water.
Love it.
What is your earliest childhood memory?
You know, someone just asked me this last week.
That's
and
great.
It was, I grew up in Miami,
right.
And it was going to the hospital to feed the ducks while my mother was in the hospital giving birth to my sister.
How old do you think you were?
Well, I think I was about 2.5.
Why do you think that memory is so clear?
I don't know. But I remember feeding the ducks and my nana pointing out to me that your mom's in that window.
How do you see the memory connecting to who you are today?
I don't know. I think I had a really good childhood, so I like that.
Yeah.
And growing up in Miami was very different than it is now.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like one of the just early things I remember of it.
Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind? This is pretty far-fetched, right?
Yeah.
But I love the concept of how the thing that needs to birth life is going on, but there must be an understanding of what you are doing.
Right.
So it's like, oh, you were with the ducks, feeding the ducks, but life is going on.
Right.
And as a lawyer, it's like the same somewhat, where just as you explain, the marriage is going on, but you understand the fun part of there's concept in here. This, I need to do this.
Yes. Yeah.
And the fishing part that you do, I guess, is that for you, isn't it? Like,
yes. Yeah. Largely.
It's a go-to.
Yeah, there's a few of those, which is important.
Yeah, it's very important.
Music, I've played professionally a lot.
What do you play?
Guitar.
Love it.
I write music. I used to play a lot live.
Yeah.
And I play soccer still.
Wow, that's good.
Those are go-to.
Yeah, you need go-tos, especially in your profession.
Yes.
Yeah. If we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
I would say around then, I probably knew the Beatles already.
All right.
So I would say probably something not real original like Hey Jude.
All right, Hey Jude.
Yeah.
Love it.
Something like that.
All right, well, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
You look like you're ready for this. Have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
I've worked with some younger attorneys, but I don't have anyone now.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you married?
Yes.
Do you have children?
Yes.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Small, but yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
Not counting Premier League soccer.
Yeah, not counting Premier
No.
League. And what about screen time? The phone.
You never walk alone either in Liverpool.
What about screen time? The phone and the computer. Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
I'd say around 8.
If you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, what would you say that is?
Well, I don't know. That's difficult. Because I've been a lot of different people. So right now, I think it would probably be something along the lines of what I just said. You never walk alone.
Yeah, I love it. Hey, this has been a great pleasure, George. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I've had a great time.
Yeah.
Look me up if you need any help, international or U.S. domestic contract law.
I love it. George Alphonso, thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-minute convos with Angel Jones.
Thanks.
Did you have fun?
I had a great time.
High five me. That was great.
Yeah.